everywhere, all over the snow. So that is why I don't go hiking in the mountains anymore. Hey, everybody, welcome. It's Monday night. Welcome to MCU Mondays. I am your host, David. We're glad you're joining us. This is actually we'll get into that in a minute. With me also tonight is my co-host Debbie. Debbie, how are you this evening?
I'm doing well.
Awesome.
Hello to all those Daredevil Marvel fans out there.
That's right. That's right. Um, Programming note: this will be our last um, MCU Mondays of the year. December 25th is next Monday, so obviously we're taking Christmas off. And then January 1st is the next Monday, and we're not doing anything on January 1st. And so January, that'd be what, the 7th or 8th? I think
Right.
January the 8th is the following Monday. And we will be back. We will be back to continue. Were we going to continue? Oh, that was the other thing I meant to look up. You sent me a note about that. When does Echo start?
January 9th, which is a Tuesday.
Okay. So the 8th we start back, and so we'll
Because
be
I
back.
thought it was supposed to come out like the 10th or something. I don't know why they bumped it up a day.
And so
I
they
don't
give us
know.
because that gives us a whole week to watch the episode several times and talk about it on MCU Mondays. That's why.
I suppose it's just weird because usually they do Wednesdays or Fridays.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm gonna run our theme song real quick, and we'll get this show on the road. How about that? Awesome. I needed to take Andrew and Alex off of there, and I meant to do that, but not that they're not. Andrew may be here later tonight, but they're just not with us tonight. How about that? So we finally have some MCU news before we start talking about Daredevil, and it's not good. Um, this was put out by the New York Times about 2 hours ago. Um, Jonathan Majors, who played Kang, um, was found guilty of assault and harassment on Monday for attacking his girlfriend in a car in Manhattan. Shortly, and I'm quoting here, so shortly after a 6-person jury in Manhattan announced the verdict, Marvel Studios parted ways with the actor, a spokeswoman for the company said. So, Jonathan Majors has dug a hole, and now moving on with Kang, we don't know what's going to happen. Since Kang was set up to be the big bad in this series.
I mean, they can always recast.
They
Not
did with
like they
Rhodey.
haven't done it before. I
So
mean, they didn't do it with Chadwick, but I think that was more of a sentimental, emotional decision on their
well,
part.
Ed Norton was recast as well.
Thank God.
There are people that would argue with you about that.
I didn't like that Hulk, and I didn't like
Eric
who's the
Banya.
other dude?
Eric
Huh?
Banya. Eric
Yeah,
Banya.
I didn't like either one. But kudos to Disney for at least waiting for a
Yeah,
verdict,
yeah. Rather
unlike
than jumping the
unlike
gun.
what they did to Depp.
Yeah. So
So
good on them.
at least they did something right. But I imagine that there have been talks, at least within the company, about different scenarios,
Should it
okay?
should it go this way? What are we gonna do? Yeah.
Yeah, if it goes, downhill, then, this is what we need to do, and, they really couldn't approach anybody about it because of the strikes and everything,
Well,
so
and
yeah, I don't know. I mean, a lot of people are saying recast, a lot of people are saying go with Doctor Doom.
just drop Kang completely.
Yeah, but it's just like, I don't know, it's just like, just quickly finish it out, get it done with, and then move
Move
along
on.
to
Yeah.
Doom. 'Cause I can see both sides, but
But see,
I
if I
don't I
remember
just say
right,
huh?
out of Secret Wars, because that's the next episode. That's the next movie after Kang Dynasty is Secret Wars, and if I recall correctly, Doctor Doom had a fairly significant part within Secret Wars in the comic books. I'd have to go back. I haven't read them in eons, but I've slept since then. But I seem to remember him having a fairly significant role. I can't say for sure one way or the other, but
Yeah, I don't know, I just feel if they drop the whole Kang thing that then, the last phase has meant
nothing.
absolutely
Well,
nothing.
and really, they're in a good spot to where they could recast Kang because he
Yeah, because he
died.
was only in Ant-Man and Loki, so it's not like we
Well,
have
he
a
died.
big attachment.
He died in um. Oh gosh, what am I thinking of? In Ant Man and the Wasp, he turned into spaghetti in Loki. So it would be very easy for them to say, okay, well, multiverse. This is a different Kang, a different variation, and it's somebody else. So
Yeah, so I don't know why they just couldn't do that, just finish out the next phase or 2, whatever, however long they had planned to do the Kang thing, and just be done with it, and then
I concur. I concur. Uh,
that's just
um,
my thoughts. I mean, they just like I said, he's only been in Quantumania and Loki, but still, you've
yeah,
started
but he's been
something.
set up. That's the thing.
Yeah, let's just finish it up, get it done and over with. I mean, I don't know who they could replace. John Boyega's name was thrown out, but I'm like, yeah, but
Terrence
he's not.
Howard.
Huh?
Terrence Howard.
Now, wouldn't that be funny?
That would have been hilarious. That would be.
Oh, that's where War Machine
Oh,
went to.
that's where Rhodey is. All right, all right.
He
Cool.
was a variant this whole time. That would be funny. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think of other actors that could take over that role. I'd have to look into it, and I guess I could have done that today since I get
Denzel.
absolutely
You get
nothing.
Denzel in there.
I love Denzel, but I think he would be
Right.
too old.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Get Morgan Freeman to do it. Morgan Freeman's got a
Well,
great
he's
voice.
definitely too old, but I love Morgan Freeman.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see if they, you know, now that the trial is over with and he's been let go, see if they approach anybody. I'm sure there's going to be rumors coming about, oh, well, Disney's in talks with murmur,
Oh yeah. Oh
and
yeah. Oh my gosh, it's gonna
that's going to start
I
flying right off the bat. So
that article was printed about 2 hours ago, and I say printed, it was published about 2 hours ago. I am willing to bet the rumor mills are already churning, and by tomorrow morning, Twitter, TikTok, and everything else is going to explode saying, "Okay, here's who's replacing him."
yeah, on TikTok, it's all fan cast so
Oh, okay.
far.
So far, so far.
So far. I mean, it was, man, I bet it wasn't 10, 15 minutes right after the trial that it was announced he was dropped. I was like, wow,
So
they didn't gilly laggy on that at all.
Yeah. I went to I was actually talking to Luke this afternoon. I watched Path of the Righteous again, and then I had started watching Age of Ultron at some point this past weekend. I watched a lot of movies this weekend. Um, but I watched Age of Ultron, and I was talking to Luke, and I was like, well, what they should have done was just brought back Ultron, made it to where Ultron survives somehow, because Ultron has always been a huge, huge nemesis of the Avengers. You know, more than a one movie type of
Right.
nemesis. So for them to bring back Ultron, maybe Tony, and I know there was I I haven't seen it. I've heard rumor that in Spider-Man Homecoming, in the scene where they're loading up the jet to fly off to the upstate New York, that there's an Ultron head in there. And
Mhm.
I haven't gone and looked for it, and I haven't
There
Google
is,
searched
I
it.
remember that because I was like, "Oh,
But
why?"
yeah, that's one of those things to where Ultron could still be alive in that head, and he gets out and gets back into the internet, and
And I wouldn't be against that only because I love
James
James
Spader.
Spader.
Yes.
Yes, I love him. Love him.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
I wouldn't be against that because, just, I thought his I don't know, I just loved him in Age of Ultron. I know that's not everybody's favorite movie,
but it
but
had James Spader in it.
yeah, for me, James Spader made that movie.
Oh yeah, he was
I just love the
glorious.
way he talks, and it just reminded me of kinda like his character in I don't know if you've ever watched The Blacklist.
Love the Blacklist. Yep.
Yeah, kinda reminds me of that character in a way, just a little bit more
There's
evil.
a Cam from our other show. Cam likes to listen to audiobooks. I think I'd like to listen to James Spader read an audiobook. I think I could.
I could listen to him all day.
Yeah. So, but speaking of Age of Ultron, I caught a few things in there, and I wanted to bring this up because, like I said, I was watching it tonight. Like literally, the show went off. The movie went off. I put Sam to bed, and I came up here. So I mean, literally just a few minutes ago, the scene where
My cat's got the zoomies.
oh,
She ran smack dab into the garbage can.
serves her right then. But the scene where Nick Fury, where they're at the farm, and this has always been the thing about Nick. Because he said in Captain Marvel, I like to cut my toast horizontally rather than diagonally. But when he's at the farm, he's making toast and he cuts it diagonally, and everybody's like, "Oh, based on Spider Man, that's actually oh gosh, what's his name? The Scroll."
Mhm.
That's the scroll. Oh, that's the scroll. I caught something else that kind of gave it away too. And I don't know if they intentionally did this, but he has a line, something along the lines of, when I used to have eyes and ears everywhere, gave you guys all the best tech in the world. And now here we are, and I'm back on Earth. Where have you been? What were you up in space, Nick Fury? Are you not really Nick Fury? Are you really what is Talos, wasn't it? Was that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Are you really Talos? So I'm just looking at it and I'm going, ooh, that theory really is holding some weight at this point, and I'd really like somebody to expand on it.
Yeah, I'm sure if you go back and watch all the movies, from, well, I guess from Captain Marvel on, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that, watching it now, you would be like, "Well, man, that just smacked me in the face because it was there all along. We
Well,
just
and
didn't really notice it." I mean, I know I had picked up on the toast thing a while back, but, when
well
the
the
movie came
toast
out,
thing,
but
and also too, I mean, like when he got shot in Winter Soldier, yeah, that had to have been him because his blood was he had red blood. Don't the scrolls bleed green, right? I think they bleed a different color because I think that was a big point in Secret Invasion.
Is it green or purple?
I don't
Or am I
remember. It's not red. How's that?
Oh, yeah, okay. Because right
So
now, all I can think of is Green Lantern. Because they bleed purple.
so anyway, it was an interesting take on that theory. But then also I caught something else, and it's this one's not really a theory or anything. It's just kind of a plot hole and like a maybe an oops. But at the very end, they're walking down the hallway and they're talking about Thor's hammer, and it's Cap and Tony and Thor, and they're all talking. And Thor says, uh, "The Mind Stone is one of 4 Infinity Stones that have surfaced in the past few years." And I was thinking about this, and I'm like, okay, so Thor knows about the ether because Dark World. Hello, that's where that was. He knows about the Tesseract because he fought in the first one, and he knows about now the Mind Stone. But what he doesn't know about is the Power Stone that the Guardians had, the orb. Where did he get that knowledge of that fourth stone? Because that would have been the fourth stone that he was talking about. Yes, the Guardians happened before Age of Ultron, but Thor was not involved with that Guardians. He had no idea that the, that the collector was even in possession of it, and the collector wouldn't have been in possession of it until afterwards, because until after the ether thing, because that stone blew up his the power stone blew up his little hidey hole on nowhere. So how does Thor know about the power stone? How does he know about that fourth stone? I'm
Well,
curious.
I assume, the gossip mill in the universe.
That's a
People
big
talk.
universe. That's a big
People
universe.
talk, and there was a crap load of people on Nowhere, so I'm sure, things got out and what have you, so
I don't know.
that's my
I'm
theory.
I'm curious about it. He won't meet
And
Doctor
I
Strange until Ragnarok, so he won't know that the time stone's there until Ragnarok, and nobody knows where the soul stone is.
Right.
So
And
there's
speaking
some
of the Guardians, I watched, last night I watched,
the holiday
the
special.
holiday special, yeah.
I started it the other day and was told to turn it off. My
Why?
wife wanted to watch something else.
Oh.
Always
It's
keep the
still good.
always keep the wife happy.
I suppose.
So always keep her happy. So we turn it off and we'll watch it later when she's not around. She's working tonight. I should be watching it tonight, but we're doing MCU Mondays tonight. So let's do MCU Mondays, shall we? Daredevil, Path of the Righteous. This was an episode that I had started week before last, and I really got into it. I mean, just going, and I was like, oh, I kind of want. In fact, I watched part of the next episode again as well, but not very much of it. I watched only to the credits, and I was like, oh, I should stop this.
Well, I was confused when I watched this episode because you were talking last week because you said something about, this episode coming up, and you said something about, they're in a morgue, and I'm like, there was no morgue in this episode.
Where did they? Maybe I was thinking of the episode of the past week
I
when
don't
they're
know, but
there.
I was a bit confused. I was like,
Huh?
did Dave hallucinate? Was
Maybe
he
I
taking
did.
some shrooms and
No, I don't know about all that.
you dreamt it? I've
Maybe,
done that.
maybe.
So,
No, there was.
anyways, no
Anyway,
morgue.
no Morgan this one. Sorry to disappoint. There was a hospital though. We did go to the
Yes, there
hospital.
was a hospital. So you were close. Maybe you meant to say
Maybe,
hospital and not
maybe.
morgue.
Yeah, maybe. But we start off at the hospital. We've got uh Fisk taking Vanessa to the hospital. This place is a dump. Yes, but it was the closest one. What
I really
else?
wanted to smack Leland.
Leland, this was the one, and we were talking about this a little bit last week too. I think this is the one where Leland really shows what a wiener he is. I mean, he really is one of those. He walks in and says, "Well, there was like 5 or 6 people there, and they were all passing out because of the drink. I had a drink. Should I be checked out? Is somebody going to come and check me out?" And I'm like,
Yeah, he was just holding it. He
"Dude,
goes,
you were holding the glass. All right, the poison was. You had a layer of glass between that poison liquid and your hand, and
yeah,
there's a very good chance that it's not absorbed through the skin, so you're probably fine."
it was all about him. And I'm surprised. Of course, Fisk was so concerned about Vanessa that, I don't even know if he even heard what Leland said, but I was just like, yeah,
Well,
I was
but
just waiting for Fisk to, like backhand him or something.
well, I think Fisk, like you said, was probably too concerned with Vanessa, and the fact that uh uh it's not his name. What's his name? Stepped up and kind of
Wesley.
Wesley. Yes, that's who I'm thinking of. Wesley kind of stepped up and was like, "This is how we're going to handle things while he's indisposed." Basically, Wesley stepped up as a good assistant manager would and said, "Okay, the manager's down for a minute. I'm taking charge. We're not changing anything about the way things are run. I'm just running things for right now." And of course, Leland's there with he's supposed to be in charge. Look at him. Blah 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 blah. Tried to blame the Japanese because of
Nobu.
Nobu, and he said no, it wasn't the Japanese because they got all of their lands that they wanted. Plus, they think the Man in the Mask did it. So they get Leland to go talk to
Gal.
Lady Gao. Yeah, which again, he says, "Well, what if she's the one that did this?" Well, then it's been an honor working with you.
See you later,
Yeah.
Leland. Nice knowing you.
What did Lady Gao say? I don't know. Some fortune cookie mystical stuff.
He was very vague.
He really was.
And
And
it just kind of makes me wonder because it's been so long since I've watched this series that
yeah,
some of these episodes are like, oh, it's new to me.
yeah. I don't
'Cause,
remember this, but okay, sure, why
yeah,
not?
because I'm old and
I've
memory's
slept
all
since
shit.
I've slept at least once since then, so
Definitely. So yeah, he was to me, he came off as very vague. And I don't know if Wesley kind of caught on to that, but
Hey
oh,
guys,
hi Andrew.
hello, Andrew.
how y'all doing?
I told you he'd be here. Maybe.
Yeah, party
Oh,
finished earlier,
good.
so
Good. That means my credits weren't bad.
no.
Awesome. They weren't horrible.
People are like, "Who's this Andrew?"
So, um, we're talking about Leland and Wesley and their interactions at the hospital while Fisk is dealing with his
Preoccupied.
dealing with Vanessa. Oh, and the nurse too. The nurse had some kind of gonads on her too. You can't go back there, sir. Do you know who I am? I don't care. Like, yeah. And even him, he was. He tells Wesley, "Would you find out who this was, so that I can look them in the eye before I fertilize the ground with their blood?" So, and
Yeah,
and
he's not a happy camper right now.
Leland and Francis. Francis, where does he find these people? That was the other. Hi, Chewie. Holy cow!
We need to put Chewie in the credits. I think Chewie deserves to be in the credits.
That might be a good idea.
She's in every episode. She has to make an appearance. Her tail is usually what makes an appearance, or tail or butt.
She actually looked straight at the camera last week. Or was that on... I don't know. It may have been on... Hi, kitty.
I think, yeah. Chewie should be in the credits.
People do ask about her sometimes, though.
So... She just wants some attention.
She's like, help me. I'm trying to escape.
Mama, attention, Mama, attention.
Hey, I'm right here.
Not like,
see me?
Oh,
there goes her
there
tail.
goes the camera.
Not like you've been sleeping on my lap all day, cat.
Yeah, cat.
I've got a cat like that.
You.
Like, haven't I given you enough attention today? Like,
yeah,
you're so needy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I love her. She's adorable.
Leland's a wiener. Wesley's looking.
Yeah, he's a butthole.
Wesley's not only looking for who did this now at this point, but now he's also did he get the call from Fisk's mom? Mm-hmm. She called him, right? Which was again something weird about it, and I don't know how.
Well, I don't think she has Fisk's phone number.
No. My question is she told Wesley that they were there, and
she had visitors.
Right? Well, when Karen was telling Matt what had happened, because Karen went to go see Matt and was like, what's going on with you and Foggy, because they had this big fight, because Foggy now knows that Matt is the masked man, and if you missed the last episode,
spoiler alert,
hello. But anyway, I mean, the show's only like 5 years old now, so if you haven't watched it by now, what's wrong with you? Anyway,
yeah,
but she told Matt, she said, it's okay, don't worry about it, we use different names. He told her there could have been somebody following you, blah blah blah. And, no, it's fine, we use different names, we use alter names or whatever. So how did Leland find out that it was Karen and...
You mean Wesley?
Yeah, I'm sorry. How did Wesley find out that it was Ben and Karen that went to go see her?
Process of elimination. She said the pretty blonde with the big blue eyes, and I assume she probably said, and there is a black man. She didn't give names. She just described him.
You're telling me that there in all of New York City, in all of Hell's Kitchen, there is only one pretty blonde girl with big blue eyes and one black man.
Well,
yes.
Well, now this is the way I look at it. I mean, his mother's under a different name, so family or whoever assumes she's dead. And she probably doesn't get visitors. So it would be very odd that she would call and say, I have visitors. One was a pretty blonde with big blue eyes, and there was a black man with her and whatnot. And they were asking me strange questions about, Wilson when he was a boy.
I'm wondering too. I guess in hindsight, he could have. He probably could have called and said, "Hey, I want to see your cameras from the night that they visited," because I'm sure there's CCTV, and if not, he probably found out some way or another. Now, if they signed in under different names, that's one thing, but if he said, I want to see your CCTV, and they probably have somebody at that home that's there to watch mom. So it's like, hey, send me pictures of these people that showed up at this particular time to go talk to his mom. So
I don't know, because he didn't freak, but his eyes just got like,
if they
have
if they have enough pull own the cops and the newspaper, which we find out, or the media that we find out later that they possibly do, then surely they're going to be able to have somebody at a nursing home to where they can go, hey, we need to see your TV and look at the visitors that came in on this day. So
I'm surprised Fisk didn't have like a guard or something outside her door.
well, that's what I'm saying is it's possible. It's very possible that somebody there at the nursing home works for Fisk, and he's probably able to give him a more accurate description, or even Wesley calls and says, "Hey, we need to look at the cameras," and that guy just goes, "Oh yeah, sure, no problem." Anything from Mr. Fisk.
Well, I just figure that what other pretty blonde would be hanging out with an older black man? I mean, the options are not big.
Okay.
And he knows that she's been working with him, so.
Okay, fine.
I'm just saying.
Agree to disagree.
Wesley is the smart cookie. Which why the ending depressed me so much.
Oh, I don't even.
I liked him. He was a good.
He really was. He was a good bad guy.
Yeah, he was. He really didn't get his hands dirty too often. He was just the Fisk right hand man. He's this guy that puts things in motions. But yeah, I really liked him.
We had another meeting with the nurse as well. Rosario Dawson.
Claire,
she's leaving. She's going somewhere. How did you open your stitches back up? I just wanted to see how much I could move. Matt's kind of an idiot. I think if I was stitched up,
he doesn't lie well.
I'd be like, okay, you say to be still, perfect. I'll be still for.
He's one of those. He's not going to sleep till the job's done, kind of thing.
I guess, and maybe that's what makes a superhero.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, a lot of the stuff that he comes up with, I ran into the wall, or I fell down the stairs, or
I got hit by a car.
I got hit by. Isn't this like the second time he's been hit by a car or something? I don't know.
Yeah, because Foggy. That's the way Foggy knew him, right? Was he got hit by a car?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he read about him.
No, he read about him.
He read about it.
Read about him.
Yeah, they met in college.
Oh, you're the guy that got hit by the car.
Saving the old man, knocking him out of the way. Which was funny because that was Stan Lee's cameo in the Daredevil movie, by the way. Was he was about to cross the street in front of a car and young Matt whipped his little stick up and stopped him. So Stan Lee made a cameo here. There you go. I'm Cat.
Maybe I should bring my cats into my room. So we all just have cats.
Anyway, let's see. So he gets hit by a car. Oh, Foggy. What's that girl's name?
Macy.
Is that her name? All right.
The girl he slept with?
Yeah.
That works for the fancy
law firm.
Oh, right.
Law firm that they interned at, but they turned down the offer.
She had like one good line right there, and I thought it was great. It was hilarious. She's like, "You and Matt have been friends for so long, and I really all this stuff that's going on between you, I really don't even care. I don't want to get involved in the drama. Lock the door behind you on your way out." And I'm like, "Oh, nice. I don't really even care. I don't want to be involved in the drama." So, and I don't know. I think Foggy's kind of out of his league on that one, or she's out of his league. I'm kind of curious as to how that happened.
It's like an Adam Sandler movie. You got Jennifer Aniston and then Adam Sandler.
Yeah, and you're
like, How does that
Please.
add up?
That doesn't work. Something ain't kosher.
Yeah.
This is a paid actress, and we know it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not real. But yeah, she was funny. I liked her. And of course, Foggy is still wrestling with the fact of who Matt is and what Matt does. And what Matt does. So I think he just turned his camera off.
Mhm.
But then,
Maybe he went to go get a kitty. Oh,
no,
Oh no. So,
the cat's not allowed in the room. She'll pee all over everything.
yeah. Tidying up some stuff. It's like, oh, I forgot about that.
But anyway, so and really, Karen spends this episode because she's
Mr. Biscardi in
Hi,
the
John.
chat.
How are you? John Biscardi from the Geek and I podcast. Go check him out anywhere podcasts are. Geek and I podcast. Wonderful friend of the show. But Karen is really running around because she's still kind of all gung ho about this. About Fisk. We got to find Fisk. We got to do that. And everyone, I mean, literally everyone that she talked to Foggy, she talked to Matt, and she talked to Ben. And all three of them were like, we just need to back off a little bit, quit going so gung ho. You're ready to charge hell with a water gun. So,
Well, I kind of liked how Ben kind of said, well, you know what? You know who I should be paying attention to right now? My wife,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
who's
He
dying.
quit enabling her actions.
I'm just like, see that. I just wish somebody would just smack her good.
You don't like Karen?
I don't. I never have.
Do you like Karen? Who do you like better, Karen or Macy?
Neither one.
All right.
But at least Macy, well, I guess Macy can be annoying because we do see her. I don't know if it's more this season or if it's more into the next season, but
we saw her a little bit too toward the first of this season.
Yeah. So yeah, I just never have liked Karen. Not the actress, just the character she plays. Yeah, she's just annoying.
How do you really feel, Debbie?
Yeah.
Tell me about your mother.
Can you see the steam coming out of my ears?
We'll have a bonus episode after the season. Would be why Debbie doesn't like Karen.
She made me so mad that the flames on the side of my head. Now, if you know what that reference is to, you and I can be friends. But if you don't know,
she just doesn't know when to shut up or when to keep quiet
or when to back off. I mean,
yeah, exactly. When to back off.
My thing is and not back off to like I'm just not gonna deal with it anymore, but back off so much that I'm not in the spotlight searching for this. They're not looking at me while I'm looking for this kind of thing.
Well, even kind of last episode, what she did with Ben, how she kind of gave him false hope with the nursing home so that they, interview Fisk's mom. It's like, I know that she felt like that's probably all she could do to get him there, but,
well, he even said, why didn't
my
you
heart,
tell me?
Yeah.
Why didn't you just tell me? Because, I mean, he may not have went because he's got more concerns right now. Right. I mean, his wife is dying. He wants to spend time with her.
And plus, at that point, when she had decided to go, he was already turning over all of his evidence, all of his stuff to her, and saying, "Okay, I'm basically I'm throwing in the towel at this point." So, anyway,
yeah,
but yes, Karen is getting shot down all over the place.
Yes.
Well, did y'all talk about when how Ben felt betrayed in this episode? and says that the one who really needs him is his wife. And then Karen's excited about what they found and urged him to print it. And Ben's kind of like, what's it going to do, really? I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
Well, and
like,
He's
that's
what's
kind
gonna,
of what
it?
yeah,
we're.
Fisk is
Yeah.
just gonna come on TV, parade his mother around, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah. It's just like, God, just let it go. Lay low for a while,
Yeah.
Mhm.
He'll.
you know?
That's the thing. Is she told him, she said, Fisk is gonna win, and he was like, "There's no winners in all of this. Then there's never a winner. Nobody's ever gonna win." And I always look at it as, if he's doing something bad, bad guys always screw up in these types of shows. I mean, eventually
Mhm.
something's gonna happen and he's gonna screw up. So if you just kind of lay low and kind of watch him from a distance and keep your eye on him, eventually he's gonna do something to where he's gonna go, "Oh, I saw that, and I've got it on
Mhm.
tape." So
And then I'll take that tape and go.
even if I've learned anything from watching Law and Order and NCIS and all those other cop shows, it's even the real life cop shows. Just let the bad guy do what he's
Mhm.
doing. Eventually, he's gonna screw up, and you'll catch him. So you don't have to go gung ho hunting him down, kind of thing. So, um, Matt, Matt goes to Mr. Potter. He goes to Mr.
How about Potter?
Harry. Actually,
Potter.
he interrogates the
Suit
cop
maker.
first. Yes. Well, he's got to find out who's making the suit, so he goes
Oh,
to the
yeah.
cop first. Has to beat him up first. And again, I'm looking at it going, "Oh, Matt, you're literally being held together by spit and duct tape at this point. Why are you and Mr. Potter beat him up." Like,
Mhm. It'd be like me beating up Matt. It'd be like, whoa, okay, Matt, take it easy. Andrew's beating you up. Come on.
well, but I mean, now to be fair, he's a big guy. The Taylor is a big. He's not like Kingpin, but he's a larger fellow,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna say his mental capacity isn't. His elevator, I don't think, goes all the way to the top floor.
Right.
The lights are on, but no one's home, kind of thing.
No, not that bad. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
it just doesn't
Yeah,
go all
I
the
just
way
think
up.
he's
He's
a
a little
little
slow.
slow.
Yeah.
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 But I think
Not well
maybe
educated.
he's like on the autism scale, even, because I mean,
Oh, never mind.
he's slow, but he's making armored suits for everybody.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
there's got to be some kind of, maybe he's a savant of some kind.
Mhm.
But he definitely
He's
has
got
some
that
kind of,
special skill. Yeah.
he's got some kind of mental disability, but it shows out in other ways. So and Matt didn't even really have to beat him up. Matt was just like, I think Matt saw that and he was like, okay, I'm gonna not play on this guy's emotions, but I don't need to hit him to get him to do what I need him to do. I can say, hey, I'm gonna stop Mr. Fisk, and then you don't have to worry about it. And I don't even remember his girlfriend's name.
Betsy.
Oh, Betsy Ross. Yeah, that could be. You don't know. But anyway, so yes, but Matt tells him, "Hey, look, I'll protect you. I'll take care of you, but I want a suit and
Special.
special
A
suit,
symbol.
an icon, if you will." Well, we had the he had the talk with the father again too. He did go speak to the priest.
Mhm.
And the priest, I
And he
guess,
also meditates in his apartment at one point.
yeah,
Yeah.
the meditation helps with the healing. That's what he said anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah, but he couldn't meditate very well. He kept having flashbacks
Yeah,
of getting the
holy living bejesus beaten out of
yeah,
him.
the bejesus beaten out of him.
Yeah.
Not once, but twice. Once by
Yeah.
Nobu and the other by Fisk.
By Willie
Yeah.
Fisk. Um, and what uh and Ben finds the picture with Is it Bill? Was that his father's name?
Yes.
Bill Fisk. Vote Bill Fisk for council person. Because once you're a councilman, that's when the good things start happening.
Evidently.
I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, but then Wesley tracks down Karen, and he's basically going there. He's like offering her, I want to give you a job and blah blah blah. I want you to, what was it? Retract everything that you've said about Mr. Fisk, and then go preach his gospel that he's trying to repair the city. But that whole scene, it reminded me of the scene in the first Matrix. Debbie, did you see the first one with
Eons ago?
Okay. So there's the one scene where Agent Smith has Morpheus and he's got him caught, and he's like, he says, I need the codes to Zion. It's this place. I can't stand this place. It's the stink. It gets into my nostrils and it's foul and pungent. And he goes on this whole tirade like that. And this whole time he's doing this, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's the Matrix thing. I don't like this city, but Mr. Fisk does. So I'm
almost as much as he does his mother.
Yes.
And I thought this was a kind of a dumb move on Wesley's part, because I'm like, in what world did you think she was going to take you up on your offer? I mean, seriously, she's been like a dog with a bone, and you really think she's just gonna flip and all of a sudden go praise Fisk for all of his accomplishments and what he's doing for the city? I mean, people would look at her like, wow, she's just like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
But something else too you got to think about is that Kitty.
We got to remember Kitty.
Yeah. She won't get up here. But I mean, something else you've got to think about too is why put the, he's probably thinking along the lines of she's a scared girl. That's why he put the gun down in front of her. He's like, this is to scare you. This is going to scare you. He didn't even, and it was like, because and honestly, to pick up a gun and actually shoot someone, to pull that trigger takes a lot. There is a lot, and there's a lot in the aftermath of it, and not everybody can do that. And that's probably why he did that, because he's probably thinking she doesn't have the cojones to do it. Now, some people, yes, in the right frame of mind, if you've put them in the right mindset, then they will. But seriously, there's a lot there. There's a lot more than people think. It's not in the movies where, oh, well, just pick up the gun and shoot him. You got it. You can outrun him, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, there's a lot more to it than that. Mentally, there's a lot more to it than that. So he was probably of the mind of, she's just a weak-willed person, and in order, she even said something along the lines of, she asked if he was going to kill her, and so he knew at that point, he's like, I got her. She's scared, so I'll make her sing praises, and then I won't have to kill her. And then she's like, no, I'd rather die. He's like, oh no, you're not going to die yet. We'll kill your newspaper friend, and then we'll kill. And he's naming names of all of these people too. We'll go kill your friends at the at Murdoch, Mr. Murdoch and Mr. Nelson, and then we're gonna go find your family and friends and kill all of them, and then we will come after you. So it wasn't. Oh, go ahead.
I actually thought Karen had a lot of good character growth in this episode. To be honest, I know You don't like her, Debbie, but I thought, she saw through Matt's
Debbie
lies.
just made
and
an
then
ugly face.
she doesn't know the full truth of Matt, but she knows he's lying. Those are starting to. She knows he's lying. She she shoots Wesley in self-defense, which I don't think at the beginning of the season we would have thought Karen would do. But I think when you have an adrenaline rush, I guess
She didn't shoot him once either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she unloaded on him.
I think she did.
It was like Bernie. She went full Bernie on him. I mean, if you know.
Yeah, I don't know. With her, she takes like 1 or 2 steps forward, and then she does stupid shit like she did with Ben, and then ends up taking 6 steps back, and I'm just like, she
just took 6 steps back with Ben in the last episode. Now she's taking 2 or 3 steps forward. And I know you don't like the 2 or 3 steps that she took because that meant that she killed Wesley, but hey, omelets, eggs, that old chestnut.
Yeah, and it's like, and of course, Fist doesn't know this, but it was just like he was the cause of him dying because he was the one calling and distracting Wesley. And I'm like,
oh yeah.
Oh, well, and when Karen says the line when Wesley is talking about, do you really think I'd put a loaded gun on the table where you could reach it? And she goes, I don't know. Do you really think this is the first time I've shot someone? I thought that was pretty...
well, he was trying to call her
right there. Yeah.
Again, that's what I'm talking about. That's that whole mental thing.
Yeah.
Do you really think I'd put a loaded gun in front of you? And honestly, I'm kind of surprised that he did. I mean, Wesley to me did not seem the type that used a gun for. I mean, he had to ask for.
Yeah, he had to
Francis's
ask for it.
gun. He's like, "Give me your piece." He doesn't. Obviously, Wesley does not carry a sidearm of any kind.
Yeah, and like I said, he doesn't tend to get his hands dirty. He doesn't do that.
I think too, he's probably one of these people where I can get more done without threatening and without a gun.
Money.
I'll catch more flies with honey than I will with vinegar, kind of thing. So.
Yeah, he should have sent Leland. Then we could have been rid of Leland.
Leland's an accountant.
Yeah, here you go, Leland. We'd rather you die than Wesley.
Wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, but his death wouldn't have affected me. I'm gonna
Leland, could you kindly replace Wesley and just go ahead and, get out of the series? Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, that was sad to see Wesley go.
What about
good character?
What about Fisk's when Fisk tells Wesley, he says when she does wake up, she needs to be sent away, far away from me and far away from the city. I told her the safest place she could be was at my side. I think he feels as though he let her down just a little bit.
Fisk, he's a complicated character because I don't think he often cares about people. I mean, I guess he does in his weird way, but because I think he cares about Wesley. He confides in him, and well, to a point. But he does have a soft side. I mean, he has a soft side for his mother, of course, who wouldn't? But changing her name, and well, she got remarried, but just keeping her hidden away, basically. So yeah, it's weird when he is this really big bad guy, and even though he thinks he's doing what's right for the city that he claims he loves, but yet he bombed half of it, and it's just like
well, and up until Vanessa, he was single-minded, and now he's sort of double-minded, where it's like, I have to make sure my actions don't affect Vanessa, and I think when they do, he's like, oh crap, And so he's like, get her,
Yeah.
put her in the safe house or something like that.
Well, and he made the comment, and this goes back to, I don't know if it's the last episode or the episode before that, because he says fate chose. And that goes back to what Gal had told him. You can't be both savior and oppressor. You have to choose, or fate will choose for you.
Mm-hmm.
And so now he's looking at like, well, I guess she was right, because fate chose, and it was not in my favor.
He doesn't know that. It could work to his favor yet.
But in his mindset, he's thinking, this is my fault because I could not choose.
Anyway, did we miss anything, Debbie?
No, I don't think so. I think we...
Wow.
Yeah, I think we pretty much covered everything.
Did Elektra visit Matt this episode? I forgot. Was she the one that... No, that was a different girl. Okay.
It was
she's season
Karen.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot. My bad.
You get to be spoil it.
If I remember right, I didn't like her either. At least this version of her. I don't know.
Debbie just doesn't like women, guys.
Oh.
That is not true.
And Daredevil, at least.
I don't know. Like I said, a lot. It's been a while since I watched this series, but I'm thinking that I didn't care for her character.
Mm-hmm. When I watched it the first time, I didn't really care for her that much. So,
is it Elektra? You mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, Elektra. Yeah. Karen can sometimes be annoying, yes, but I don't know. Not always.
I don't know if you notice this, Debbie, but every time we say her name, you do this little. I mean, just
Karen.
Oh, yeah. I just really dislike the character.
You get the little Elvis lip going. Yeah, like
now
that.
When we start covering season 2 and it's Elektra.
Yeah, well, yeah, you'll get more of my ugly face or uglier face, whatever.
She won't be able to take it when there's episodes with Karen and Elektra, because we'll be like, Karen, Elektra.
Lord.
Karen, Elektra.
God.
It's the Karen Elektra team up. There's no
They should get a
Daredevil in
spinoff.
this at all.
Oh, man.
And She-Hulk's gonna join them too. Yeah.
Twerking. Can you imagine? Oh, that'd be so stupid.
Horrible. Shameless plugs. What do we got?
Tomorrow night we have the Sith Dominion, where Dr. Nana and guest will be talking about Vader Part 1, the fall of Anakin Skywalker. So that ought to be good. And then
maybe we should do that too on the happy hour, just as a contrast to his.
But he gets much more Anakin versus psychological, where that just kind of goes over.
I know. I'm not.
You start saying big words and you've lost me.
Yeah.
Let's see. Thursday we'll be back with happy hour. The season finale of Mandalorian season 1, the
season 2.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The Rescue.
Is it season 2?
I think it's The Rescue.
It is. Okay. Yeah, The Rescue. Which pretty much blew everybody's mind.
Luke, are you okay? Yeah. What was that? Luke just fell down the stairs.
Oh.
He's fine.
Yeah.
Luke.
So, anyways, season 2 finale, The Rescue, which, like I said, blew everybody's mind 'cause
I have no idea what happened in that episode. I can't remember for the. Oh, I'm kidding. I'm being sarcastic.
Oh, I was
Sorry.
gonna
Oh, I was
say,
gonna say
No,
I'm gonna
I'm
throw
trying to be
something
silly.
at you.
like,
That was the episode. That was one of those episodes where people may not have watched the entire season multiple times, but they watched that one episode multiple times.
Mhm. I remember
and
hearing
that
Peggy Stackoff talking about not knowing that Luke was going to be in it. So in that scene, she wasn't even on set when they were shooting that, and she didn't find out until she watched the episode. I was like, oh,
yeah,
I'd
because
be mad too.
Filoni was telling everybody it was Plo Koon.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, but
that-
Plo Koon got killed.
it shocked.
Anyway, we're
everybody.
going to talk about all of this on Thursday night.
Yeah, that's true.
Thursday
Right.
night, and
Thursday
then
night. We're
That was
giving
a
you
little tease.
preview. Yeah.
little preview, and then every day in the month of December, Dave's doing his Lego Star Wars Advent calendar builds.
Not every day, just till the 24th. 24th is the last day.
Well, whatever.
Grief.
They don't have anything
Most
for
of
December
December.
25th.
No, because Christmas Day is when you open up all your presents. That's when you get all your Lego sets underneath the tree. So you don't get any. You get big Lego sets on the 25th.
Can you tell I've never done an Advent calendar of any kind?
One year,
It's
I did
actually
like
all it does is builds up to Christmas Day. You get all the presents and
Mhm.
treats and everything before Christmas Day, and then on Christmas Day you get all your presents, so you don't have to. You don't
So,
do anything on Christmas Day.
oh my God.
Oh.
So that was my cat. Sorry.
There she is.
There she is in all her glory. So when you get done with all these little mini builds, do they make like one complete set or not?
No,
You
not
don't
really.
know? Have
No.
they in the past?
No.
Oh, okay.
They
It'd be
do
kinda
all
cool
the-
if they did, though.
anticlimactic.
They do all the now they've been themed in the past before. So like last year, all of the sets were Mandalorian themed. So you had a Mando, and in fact I've got I happen to have all of my Christmas ones. I think this one was from last year. Was the little baby Yoda in his pram, but he's got his little red holiday sweater on. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh yeah.
So
Well, I just thought maybe they made like one cute
That would be
little
cool though. If
set.
it, if it led.
I mean,
to,
they've got every year. They've always got holiday themed.
See, Lego
characters.
should hire me. Give me a call,
Yeah.
Lego. I've got ideas.
So, like here, I've got the holiday Yoda, C-3PO, Darth Vader with a Christmas sweater, Darth Maul. I mean, it's there's. I think this year the big prize, the main one, which is usually the one that they advertise the most, and that'll be the one on the 24th, is Emperor Palpatine in a ugly Christmas sweater. So
there are always characters. They're never like little.
it's sometimes they're characters, and sometimes they're just little like. Hang on a minute.
They had the little indoor, like tree huts or Ewok tree huts.
Yeah, so
a couple days ago.
One day this week it was the Ewok.
Yeah.
It's a little miniature Ewok village, and that's because we've got Return of the Jedi had its 40th anniversary this year.
Oh, okay.
So there's been quite a few actually Return of the Jedi sets. I've got this one that we got toward the beginning. It's the little N1 starfighter from The Mandalorian. So
Gotcha.
it's just their, and then you get like the minifigures. Like I got this really cool clone commander right here, and then the next day you get like a little command station for him to stand in.
Oh, okay.
So we got a battle droid, and then the battle droid came with the next day came with a stat fighter, so that he could fly around on it and fight the clone commander in the.
Gotcha.
So, not all of it is holiday themed, and not all of it I will keep out on display. So,
anyways, Geek Gauntlets on Saturdays, although I don't know if it'll be on this Saturday with it being so close to Christmas.
no idea.
If not, you can watch their past episodes. They had an episode this Saturday talking about the gaming awards, so you can go back and watch that. We've had quite a few articles come out lately on our website, geeknewsnow.net. There's some really good ones on there, so go check them out. And then we have our podcast. As always, we have War of the Stars. That's I believe comes out on Wednesdays. And then all of our YouTube shows are turned into podcast, and you can find them. There's links down below to all of our podcasting platforms.
Me.
Andrew, shameless plug. You got anything?
Sure. Cantina happy hour this week. I guess that's it for me for this year. I can think yeah, because next week's and then all the socials just Andrew Haley 05. And you look me up there. So
very cool.
Yeah,
oh, I did want to ask your opinion, Andrew, on the whole Jonathan Majors thing.
Oh yeah.
Do you think it should be
that before you showed up?
Yes. Do you think it should be recast or dropped and move on to something else? What are your thoughts?
That was something I was thinking about this afternoon. That's a tough one because I think Jonathan Majors played that character so well. I think he played King mostly pretty well compared to other decently. That but I guess since there's variants of him, they could recast him and it'd be like it's just a variant of Kang.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I don't think they should necessarily. Oh, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they dropped the character because apparently Avengers Kang Dynasty is now just being referred to as Avengers 5. According to the Hollywood Reporter, but that really? That's this been within the last
time I looked, it's still being
6
called
hours.
King's Dynasty. So
yeah, it probably still is. So I'll be open to either one. I would like them to stick with Kang and probably just recast him, but because Kang Dynasty is 2025, so if they choose to reroute, they've got just basically a year and a half to come up with something.
And they've already, I would think that they've already have some kind of at least a rough idea of where they want to go with it. Now, granted, I think there's only one. Is there only one movie next year?
Deadpool 3, yeah.
One movie next year. And X-Men 97 is coming out. Echo is coming out, and
we've got that Spider-Man series, but that's not MCU. I don't think. No, I don't believe that's MCU.
Echo and I think
What If. We got What If.
What If?
Yeah, What If? Yeah. But I was telling my mom, when I saw that announced, that they fired him. I said they probably knew they were going to do that back in March or in April, but they couldn't do anything until they knew for sure. At least legally, they couldn't, So
I don't think.
Oh, they could have, like they did with Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
They could have.
That's true. Yeah, they could have.
So our thought was that they waited to see what the outcome was going to be before they made it.
Yeah, because it wasn't like 10 minutes after the verdict, and they were like,
"Yep, yeah." We were out running errands, and I saw he was guilty, and I was like, "Oh!" And then 20 minutes later, we got home, and I was like, "Oh, this was announced." Oh, wow! It's like that was quick.
Yeah, they didn't wait on that.
They probably had a plan for any contingency, and once they knew the full scale of everything, it was like, okay.
Well, and he even had, what was it, a month or so ago? He had that Disney movie just taken off the release calendar, something like that. He was like going to be the lead role or something like that. And I don't think he's going to have that anymore. I think it was only announced. There wasn't like.
Oh, because I know his PR team or management dropped him, and then there was a couple of, I guess, big movies I'd never heard. I've heard the titles, but it didn't mean anything to me. I didn't know what they were, but they dropped him immediately.
It's just, that's really sad that one mistake like that. And I don't condone his actions by any means, and the consequences I think are fitting, but one dumb mistake like that, and it's just it's a domino, and you lose everything. That's just really sad. But anyway.
Yeah.
Enough sadness. It is a joy. It's a joyful time.
Karen. Electra.
Karen.
Yeah, Karen. Karen. That might just be more anger than sadness. Uh-oh.
Hey, anger's better than sadness. But anyway.
Yeah.
That is going to be it for us tonight. We will see you all in the new year. We will see you all in January of next year, January the 8th. We will be back here with MCU Mondays. Until then, y'all all have a great, great holiday from all of us here at GNN. Y'all all have a great, great new year from all of us at GNN, and we will see you next year. Bye, guys.